American nationals have free right to travel. Part 1. If ever a judge understood the right of the public to use the public roads, it was Justice Tolman of the Supreme Court of the State of Washington. Justice Tolman stated, "Complete freedom of the highways is so old and well-established a blessing that we have forgotten the days of the robber barons and toll roads. And yet, under an act like this, arbitrarily administered, the highways may be completely monopolized. If, through lack of interest, the people submit, then they may look to see the most sacred of their liberties taken from them one, by more or less rapid encroachment." Robertson versus Department of Public Works, 180 Wash 133, 147. The words of Justice Tolman ring most prophetically in the ears of citizens throughout the country today, as the use of the public roads has been monopolized by the very entity which has been empowered to stand guard over our freedoms, i.e., that of state government. The most sacred of liberties, of which Justice Tolman spoke, was personal liberty. The definition of personal liberty is, personal liberty, or the right to enjoyment of life and liberty, is one of the fundamental or natural rights, which has been protected by its inclusion as a guarantee in the various constitutions, which is not derived from, or dependent on, the U.S. Constitution, which may not be submitted to a vote and may not depend on the outcome of an election. It is one of the most sacred and valuable rights, as sacred as the right to private property, and is regarded as inalienable. 16 CGS, Constitutional Law, Sec. .202, page 987. This concept is further amplified by this definition of personal liberty. Personal liberty largely consists of the right of locomotion to go where and when one pleases, only so far restrained as the rights of others may make it necessary for the welfare of all other citizens. The right of the citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon, by horse-drawn carriage, wagon, or automobile, is not a mere privilege which may be permitted or prohibited at will, but the common right which he has under his right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Under this constitutional guarantee one may, therefore, under normal conditions, travel at his inclination along the public highways or in public places, and while conducting himself in an orderly and decent manner, neither interfering with nor disturbing another's rights, he will be protected, not only in his person, but in his safe conduct. 2 A.M. Jur. First, Constitutional Law, Sec. .329, page 1135. And further, personal liberty consists of the power of locomotion, of changing situations, of removing one's person to whatever place one's inclination may direct, without imprisonment or restraint unless by due process of law. 1 Blackstone's Commentary 134, Hare, Constitution. 777, Bovier's Law Dictionary, 1914 edition, Black's Law Dictionary, 5th ed. Justice Tolman was concerned about the state prohibiting the citizen from the most sacred of his liberties, the right of movement, the right of moving one's self from place to place without threat of imprisonment, the right to use the public roads in the ordinary course of life. When the state allows the formation of a corporation, it may control its creation by establishing guidelines, statutes, for its operation, charters. Corporations who use the roads in the course of business do not use the roads in the ordinary course of life. There is a difference between a corporation and an individual. The United States Supreme Court has stated, continued in Part 2 of this series,